An intense blood moon eclipse? November 8, 2022. This bloody lunar eclipse puts an end to the social race as we know it. The 3D matrix is totally collapsing, so are we free to get away from this timeline finally, and for a good cause. It's time to relax and allow things to unfold. Allow source energy to intervene in your life and help you remove what needs to go on your behalf. The body can feel like it has suffered a lot over the past few days, even weeks. But know it's for the new and higher timelines we are about to enter. Everything happens in the chakra system and DNA recalibration. 5D Truth says no more to the reptilian dark bloodline that has interfered with our ancestors' genetics. Manipulative governments and toxic people are about to be exposed in this lunar eclipse. We can expect some unexpected revelations in this full moon and lunar eclipse activity. This is the time to listen to your intuition. It will probably be very strong as our senses are at a high level. We collectively vibrate much higher than we ever had as a human race. The energy needed to collectively rise as we are now was just missing in the old energy. We are all going through accelerated ascension awakening and also leading to the most powerful portal of the year 11 to 11. These incoming portal energies are accumulating and boosting. All that is not of light comes for higher awareness and appreciation. That which needs to be transmuted and transformed in Christ consciousness will make its way into our cognition. This is a requirement to be balanced and secure in the new timeline of Christ consciousness. We are the first to go for the new human race. We may find ourselves feeling unbalanced, ungrounded, dubious, directionless, clouded sense of intense brain fog. This intensity, the destruction and the breakdown, eradicating the paradigm of the old me of individual structures as well as the collective, all of this can sometimes feel excruciating. It is the degradation of the old self, as well as adaptation to DNA activations, downloads while cellular structure upgrades. All this with is felt deeply as it also includes and reflects the healing of ancestral trauma. Many are uncomfortable, but this is the final cleansing and clearing of the old, one last push forward in the direction of new lands before we end this year. These changes being made to our systems are in preparation for the start of 2023. In the next 2 to 4 weeks, many ascending souls will find themselves on a different path leading in a new direction. Once you leave behind most of your old self that can no longer serve the same function in this new earth vibrational frequency, we consciously shift in the direction aligned with the higher self, higher knowledge, feeling fully supported for the next stage of our ascension. After this intense full blood moon lunar eclipse, you will move away from what no longer serves you and move towards more self-love and self-actualization. You are guided to the light in your spiritual path. This is a good time to prepare for portal 11 to 11. How do you want to see yourself in future timelines? Vibrationally project your future desires while visualizing how you make your way through the 11 to 11 portals. This will catapult us into much higher timelines. In fact, many will not recognize or to be able to relate to the old version of myself. We can all expect changes in our vibrational energy fields. This powerful 11 to 11 double gateway energy will bring us much needed light and relief. Things will start looking up, especially in the next 2 to 3 days. That was extremely intense and heavy energy in the collective. The theme in the coming weeks, it will be one of downloads, activations, recalibration, adjusting, adapting, integrating and balancing into a new me. You merge with your higher self and step into a newfound sense of power. Lots of love. Blessings for a full moon and lunar eclipse. From Ascension Light. Workers translated by Maria Stanimarova. Moon Energetics and Evolution. Channeled by Arcturians. The moon helps us evolve because it is assisting in an energetic push sort of manifestation. So we know that people release density when it's a full moon, so more crime, more crazy. That's because the solar energies are pulsing off the moon, and that push is discharging our independent energetic grids, which is basically a super form of shadow work. This process allows us to level up super fast because once we release the energetics of things that no longer serves us, it allows for fresh energetics to come into our grid complex. This process allows us to hold or tap into higher frequencies, which changes the way we manifest into the physical reality. Rapid healing may be manifest with full moons, and some cultures even cut their hair during this time for it to grow and thicker. Moon energetics affects the physical reality more than we realize. Without the moon and the discharge process we receive, it would take humanity 10x or more the amount of time to remove the density in our grid complex that gets released every month. Half the times people don't even realize this density is even still with them. When you do raise your frequency levels, the moon energetics will no longer affect your grids, and that is because you won't have a lot of density to release at that stage. However, you become the witness. The process of witnessing the density released by other individuals is also completing the event repeat cycles, which are karmic cycles that keep repeating until we change our emotional expression to that event. One such example of this event repeat, when we see a lower vibration individual keep repeating the same experience over and over again, once they change the emotions to that experience, it breaks the cycle and allows a higher frequency range to be absorbed into their energetic grids. You must complete all event repeat cycles in order to fully step into a higher octave or 4 or 5D frequency ranges. You do not always have to repeat the event. The emotional expression must be changed to that cycle in order to release it, and the moon clearing your density also helps with that process. So there's multiple ways the moon assists in the evolution process. This is only 2 examples of how it's affecting people. It also affects the earth, plants, and animals. Too much information at once is no good. We have a little and then unpack it and understand it and allow space for new information to be downloaded. Many love and blessings. The Arcturians. You may get to see the last total lunar eclipse for a few years. Lunar eclipses, also known as blood moons, happen when the Sun, Earth, and Moon line up, so the Moon passes into Earth's shadow. The Moon appears to take on a dramatic reddish hue, hence the totally not ominous name. The solar eclipse will begin on October 25th at 1:58 a.m. Pacific Time and will reach its maximum peak at 4 a.m. Pacific Time, just shy of the new moon exact at 3:48 a.m. This solar eclipse is the most powerful new moon of 2022. While much of the world will not be able to view this beautiful event, we all will feel the vibrations of this eclipse and can harness them to create powerful change in our lives. What the new moon solar eclipse means: a solar eclipse is a supercharged new moon. It carries all of the energy and potential of a new moon while allowing us to step away from frequencies that inhibit the manifestation of our highest intentions. In many ways, a solar eclipse takes on the energy of a full moon. It allows us to release habits, behaviors, and emotions that prevent us from manifesting our intentions. The gift of a solar eclipse is that it allows for this release while simultaneously calling in the energy we need to replace what we are shifting. Over a solar eclipse, the veil between the conscious and subconscious mind is very thin. This is an opportunity to explore your shadows, your fears, and your deepest desires. We often don't know what we really want from life. We may have an idea, but then our subconscious redirects us through direct or indirect measures. Our shadows can also arise and sabotage us when we least expect them, stopping all the work we've done to manifest our visions. How Scorpio influences the new moon solar eclipse. New moons are all about new beginnings. Solar eclipses bring us an even greater opportunity for a fresh start. All of this sounds inspiring, and it is, but there's a twist. Scorpio is an intense sign. It brings emotional upheavals and shocking revelations. It burns old patterns to the ground and paves the way for new energies through its destruction. Scorpio does not bring change through gentle measures. It does, though, bring change that is needed for our ultimate growth and spiritual evolution. The process may not be easy, but it's necessary. This solar eclipse has the potential to change our entire world and rock the foundation of everything we've built. It's important to remember that anything that occurs is for your highest good, even if it feels uncomfortable or downright unbearable in the moment. Its effects will be felt for up to 6 months after its occurrence. The things you learn about yourself and the people around you will unfold over time, and it may take you until Scorpio full moon in May 2023 to process what you learned today. The revelations and knowledge this eclipse brings can feel overwhelming. Resist the urge to escape any uncomfortable feelings and instead confront them. Remember that Scorpio teaches us to have courage when facing our emotions. It is only through honest confrontation that we can shift energy that holds us back into something that moves us forward. The Scorpio new moon solar eclipse is a time to go within and face these energies. As you sit with this intense energy, envision the life you want to live, then notice what feelings arise. Are you excited? Do you doubt yourself? Do you not believe it's possible to manifest your visions, or do you want something different, something you're not willing to admit yet? This is a moon to work with your fears around your visions. We often fear failure, but many times we also fear success. We can fear the road to reach our visions, thinking we are not strong enough to walk it. Scorpio teaches us to confront our fears and always remember that we are stronger than them. Our fears can become patterns of behavior that prevent us from taking steps or doing what we need to do to change our lives. Much of what we fear is the unknown. We don't know how it will feel to live the life of our dreams. We don't know who we will be if we achieve our dreams. We don't know what obstacles we will face, and we don't know who will lose or gain along the way. We can't predict the future, and the truth is we will never know the outcome of any of our plans. We can surrender, though, to ourselves and our path. We can surrender to the highest plans the universe has for us and know that we have the strength to thrive in the strongest storms. As you face your fears, you may even find your deepest desires. They are often interlinked in the subconscious. We fear what we want the most. We fear not getting it, and, surprisingly, we can also fear obtaining it. Align with the revealing nature of Scorpio and ask yourself what you really want. Be open to the answer. If you need to, dig deep to find it. Go past your fears, your self-doubts, and even your shame. Often we don't feel good enough, or we feel we will be viewed poorly if we actually ask for and get what we want. Be keenly aware of any emotions that come up over this eclipse around your desires and owning them. What are you afraid of happening if you manifest the life you really want? During all of your self-explorations this new moon, listen to your intuition. It will be that little voice that has lightning-fast answers. Some of these answers will show up as physical sensations or even flashes of light. Scorpio heightens our intuition, almost to the point of it becoming demanding. Surrender to it and trust it. Your intuition is connected to the knowledge of the universe. It knows more than your conscious mind and brings you great insights on this new moon. Other astrological influences: we have a few aspects this solar eclipse that affect the energy of the day. The solar eclipse is conjunct, or next to, Venus in Scorpio. Venus is the planet of love and beauty. In Scorpio, she takes on an elevated feminine energy and helps us own our divine feminine power. She also helps us focus on how we love and how we can incorporate more of what we love into our lives. Expect some issues around femininity to arise during this time. How do you own your feminine power? Furthermore, how can you help break patterns that oppress feminine power through your intentions and visions? We unfortunately live in a society that does not fully honor the divine feminine. Instead, it seeks to control it and even creates models of care that suppress it. Scorpio is all about destruction for the sake of rebuilding better. This solar eclipse brings the opportunity to break through old, outdated patterns that suppress the divine feminine. You can contribute to this paradigm shift by reflecting on what feminine energy means to you. No matter your gender, you still hold feminine energy, and it is powerful. How do you use it? How do you let it be suppressed by a society that fears it? How can you help rewrite the story around femininity and own your power? Lean into your intuition to help you answer these questions.